We'll give her 30 seconds and the benefit of the doubt. Hold on.
Police had exhausted all options and needed emergency federal assistance to, quote, mitigate risks of potential conflict.
30 seconds, uninterrupted.
And those risks were real enough.
We're done.
We're done. Found 3 trailers filled with weapons.
We're done. We're done.
Handguns,
Ma'am, you've abused of your goodwill with me. You are done. I will go back to the stream. I will take you out of the stream. You have violated. You had 30 seconds. You done. Done. Okay. Second rumor is that people are having their bank accounts frozen solely, and this is the exquisitely important caveat, solely by having donated to the convoy. Just wow. I mean, can you believe it? We gave her 30 seconds. She didn't even need 2. About donations rumor. So here we go. I'm gonna pull up not the verbal diarrhea that gives us I just pulled that out. So hold on a second. Share screen, Chrome tab. I know I pulled it up here. It was the politician. Here we go. Okay. So this is the only let me just see. I can't see myself in this anymore. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Here we go. So Brienne is a single mom. So now I'm going to go back. This is from a conservative MP. And by the way, I want everyone to appreciate this. I don't trust conservative MPs any more than I trust liberal MPs. I might have my differing preconceived notions about whatever foibles they might have as conservative versus liberal. I do not believe a conservative just because he's a conservative. And it's not a question of I want to believe. I want to know. I don't want to believe. I want to know. So unless you're going to provide the evidence, you might actually be better off not speaking as opposed to saying, okay, here we go. Brienne is a single mom from Chilliwack. It's a very sad sob story, and it got me when I started reading it. Working a minimum wage job. She gave $50 to the convoy when it was 100% legal. I'm going to get to this point in a second. She hasn't participated in any other way. That's a factual dispute or factual claim that only 2 people know about, maybe 3. This guy tweeting, her who participated, or the government. Her bank account has now been frozen. This is who Justin Trudeau is actually targeting with his emergency orders. This is where it gets interesting. This is Mark Stroh. Hold on, let me just husband, father, Chilliwack, born and raised, member of Parliament, Chilliwack, and he's conservative. I don't see it here, but first of all, that's a good action banner. If you want a banner, that's a good banner. Here he says, thank you for those who have read this and offered to help someone you've never met. Shame on those who have read it and attacked someone you've never met. Shame is not the best argument, liberal or conservative. I will keep working with Brienne to resolve this matter with her bank and will provide updates as more available. This is where I get a little skeptical. I don't care that he's conservative. Tell me what I want to hear. I need him to tell me what I need to know, which is the truth. To those of you, especially the media, demanding more details on Brienne, having seen what has been said about her online today and what has been done to other convoy donors in the last weeks, I am not going to help you dox her. First of all, if she's on the list, she's already doxed. I know who she is, and I won't say, good, fine. And so here's my issue. Let me just bring that out. Let me bring that out. And let me bring, someone's texting me. Someone says we're overdue for a dinner. Now is not the best time. Mike, I will see you in a bit, but hold on. So I may like that guy. I may want that to be true. Here's my issue. I do trust the aggregate knowledge of the internet for good or for bad. And there were people responding to that tweet saying, we've got the list of doxed donors. Nobody by that name out of Chilliwack made that donation. In fact, nobody by that name out of Chilliwack made any donation. In fact, nobody out of Chilliwack apparently made a donation, but I don't want to oversell it. Hold on. Someone just said I'm being obtuse. Let me just pull it up so I can show you that I can take an insult. Fine. But your name is actually Spambot. So now I might be thinking he's lying. I don't care if he's lying. He might be mistaken. This is the problem. He might be mistaken. So this is the deal. I don't care if it's a conservative. Tell me what I want to hear. I need evidence, and I need to understand that what they're saying is true. They can be the CBC and they could be telling the truth, even though I think they're liars. And they could be conservatives, even though I think they're liars. Tell me what I want to hear, even though it might not be true. You provide the evidence for that claim, or it doesn't exist. And now this is what I understand, because Chrystia Freeland may be a number of things. She might be the granddaughter of a Nazi sympathizer. She might be the granddaughter of a Nazi supporter. She might be a lot of things. She might be a member of the WEF, which she is. When she says we've frozen 206 bank accounts and they consist of organizers of the protest and those who parked their vehicles on Wellington, I think that's absurd, obscene, over the top, egregious, unconstitutional, un-Canadian, and offensive. I believe all of that, but I might still say, okay, fine, I will believe your statement nonetheless. So when this guy, I forget his name now and I can't see it, says I've seen this woman. She says I had no other involvement. If she so much as parked her car on Wellington at any point in 3 weeks, not that it justifies it, but it explains it. And so if this guy's saying, I'm not giving you other information, I don't want the internet doing their due diligence, although the internet did their due diligence, I'm suspicious, I'm skeptical, and I'm not sure I will treat it with the requisite degree of skepticism that I believe it deserves. She's still talking. I can't believe it. Are we sharing the screen? Hold on. So we are. I shall remove you, ma'am. You had your chance and you blew it. So it's not that I don't believe the story. I believe that there might be details that this individual either is not aware of or might be disregarding, because if she so much as drove down, if she so much as had her vehicle driven by someone else be there on Wellington, that might explain it, albeit wrongly, but that might explain it. From what I understand, and I've been looking, I have not seen any shred of evidence that anyone's bank account was frozen solely by virtue of them having donated to the convoy. Now, some of you out there are saying, Viva, you're biased, you donated, and you're worried. First of all, I donated. I made it public before the docs. I'm not worried about being doxxed. I ran for office. Anybody knows everything they want to know about me, and it's out there in the public. I can't be doxxed because I'm already public. But I just want to make sure things are correct and accurate. So I donated. I actually made it quite clear before the docs, because when they shut down the GoFundMe, I was like, you guys are not going to tell me who I can and cannot support. It's a registered, not-for-profit, a federally incorporated not-for-profit. You're not going to tell me who I can donate to because of your lies. And that pissed me off. And I said, and I was public, I don't care. So there's no self-preservation in this observation. I have just not seen anyone who donated have their bank account frozen. Globe and Mail ran an article saying nobody who donated is having their account frozen by virtue of having donated, solely by virtue of having donated. And it's not to say that I think they should ever have their accounts frozen, period. They shouldn't. It's an outrage. It's egregious. It's offensive. It's unconstitutional. It violates fundamental rights and freedoms, such as due process, peaceful enjoyment of property, freedom of association, freedom of thought, freedom of conscience. It violates all of that. I just want to know one material fact. To that individual with the tweet, you might be wrong. And if you don't provide the concrete evidence that she had her bank account frozen solely by virtue of her donation, it has to be treated with the requisite skepticism, even in as much as I want to believe it. So I've not seen one concrete proven case of someone who had their bank account frozen solely by virtue of a donation to the convoy, because I think it's fundamentally unconstitutional. And here's why. Damn it. I got there too quickly. I just took the person out. I'm going to bring her back in a bit. Here's why. Let me just get here we go. This is why, people. And this is also not cover my ass, although this might be cover my ass, because protecting the law is necessarily covering your ass. The Freedom 2022 Human Rights, the Freedom, damn it, did I make a typo? The Freedom 2022 Human Rights and Freedoms, i.e. the Freedom Convoy, Truckers Convoy, is a federally incorporated not-for-profit, meaning the federal government, approved its status. To then go after donors is nothing shy of the most insidious entrapment conceivable. I want everyone to appreciate that. I got into a debate, and this is why Twitter is not a good place for debate. There are differences between not-for-profits and recognized charities. It's arguably, but probably not arguably, more stringent to get approved as a charity because you have to get CRA approval so you can issue tax receipts. That is Canada Revenue Agency approval so you can issue tax receipts. That being said, when the government recognizes a not-for-profit as a not-for-profit, it's because they've filed the required forms, they've satisfied the required federal requirements for the federal government to recognize them as a not-for-profit. For the federal government then to say anyone who donated to a registered, federally incorporated not-for-profit before any Emergencies Act could be criminalized, that is a violation of Section 11G of the Charter, which is holding someone criminally liable for something which was not a crime at the time they did it, an act or omission that was not a crime at the time they did it. I'm going to have to check that out in a second. So this is not a cover my ass. This is a cover your ass. I want people to understand this. If the government does decide to do this, if they do decide to engage in what I think would be the most egregious, offensive, unconstitutional overreach ever, to retroactively criminalize conduct which was not criminal at the time, everyone should know this argument, which is why I'm very skeptical of the claims. And if someone's going to make the claim, you'd better have damn good evidence. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And to simply say, I'm not giving you the information because I've seen the way people have been treated by the media. First of all, she's doxxed already, so that's a bad argument. So that's all I'd say. This argument, by the way, take it, run with it, understand it. If the government ever wants to say, you donated to what we recognized and approved as a not-for-profit, and now we're going to criminalize you, it's not that I don't think the government is criminal, because I do think they are. But there's levels to criminality. So with that said, stop screen, is that what does it? Oh, so I've been clicking the wrong button. Now let me go share and just see where we are. So I hope everyone appreciates that. I haven't brought up a lot of chats. I missed one here. Peter Sintik says, elements of a contract: 1, mutual agreement; 2, consideration; 3, competency; 4, lawful object. I was not competent when Canadian citizenship was imposed on me. Can my Canadian citizenship be annulled? No. I would very much like to stop swiping myself out of my own live stream. Damn it. And there's big chats that I can now no longer bring up, which I'm going to bring up. I'm going to read them. I can't bring them up. Brit Cormier, $200 super chat. Thank you. This marks the end of meaningful democracy in your country. Issue is the people voting yay did not arrive at their position via logic and reasons. Therefore, they cannot be swayed by logic and reason. I agree. This is what separates LawTube and many of its fans from the people in our governments. Brit Cormier, thank you very much. That's a $200 super chat, and I thank you for that. And then we've got Fishnet Costa Rica. I cannot bring it up because I brought myself out of my own live stream. Maybe I can. Oh, wait a minute, I can. Booyah. Fishnet Costa Rica. What is that? Hold on, guys. I gotta pull an oldie here. Oh my God, that's a sailfish. I could not appreciate what I was seeing. That's either a blue marlin or a sailfish. No, that's a sailfish. I believe they're the fastest fish in the sea. Maybe tied with tuna. Thank you, and thank you. If you meant to put a comment in there, don't put another super chat for the comment. Thank you. If there were to be any type of strike, could the PM use emergency act? Yes. He could use the Emergency Act to seize their assets, to freeze their bank accounts. I hope everyone understands this. The second the government deems your protest to be too disruptive, they'll declare a national emergency. They will declare an emergency to invoke the emergency. Oh, what's that? You blocked the bridge for an afternoon? You just interrupted travel. Emergencies Act, freeze your bank accounts, seize your cars, sell them to compensate for the damages. You have no idea the beast that you've unleashed, people who support this crap. You have no idea. In 2015, HuffPost ran an article by Dan Dickens. It's making the rounds now, predicting that Canada would become a dictatorship under Trudeau. The boy king worshipped Castro and fawns over China. Abre los ojos. I don't know what that means. That means cover your ass. I'm going to say that means cover your ass. That has to be cover your ass, right? Abre being. Thank you. Okay, so that's where we're at. The rumors about freezing of bank accounts. I think it's rumors. Yeah, no, I keep swiping myself out of the stream. It's quite stupid of me. I want everyone to appreciate that. I would love concrete evidence that the government has seized an account solely by virtue of having donated to the convoy. I haven't seen it. And as I wrote to the CBC, come and ask me questions. I donated $1,000 to the convoy before the emergency order was declared, because even though I think it's wrong, I would not have donated afterwards. I would not have donated, and I would not have recommended anybody donate afterwards, because that would incur liability, wrongfully so, but predictably so. Beforehand, the government incorporates this not-for-profit. It's registered. So when I go to see, do I want to donate this? Are they a legitimate not-for-profit? And they come up on the Canada Business, whatever the website. When they come up as an actual incorporated not-for-profit with a Canada Business incorporation number, and I say, okay, they're legit, I donate. You want to try to criminalize that? Go ahead and see what happens when you do that. They're not that stupid. Anyone donating after the emergency's declaration or the emergency's invocation, you're I still think you're right, but you're asking for trouble.